Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be looking at Ethereum and I'm going to cover some levels on the weekly chart. We'll be looking at the RSI and this break of this big longer term downtrend. Going to talk about the 20 and 21 weekly averages and how that's been our resistance, as well as the most recent bounce off of the 200-week average as our support. So if you guys enjoyed the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, by the way, feel free to check out my Twitter page. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. I'm fairly active over there as well. So first, I do want to talk about this RSI downtrend and how we have just broken above both of these downward sloping resistance lines. You can see that going all the way back here to December of 2020. That is when Ethereum peaked on the RSI on the weekly chart, where Ethereum has been coming up to point in these highs and peaks on the RSI that fall well below the previous point of resistance. So you can see this point on the RSI peaked right here around 87 in May of 2021, which is Ethereum's first peak, where we had that move all the way up to around $4,500. And then this next move on the RSI brought it up to around 70. And this is when Ethereum actually formed its all-time high on the US dollar pair, that move right here in November. And then on this leg up that we had right here in March as well as April, corresponded to yet another lower high for the RSI coming up to around 55. But you can see we've actually started to break back above both of these trend lines, and we're starting to make a higher high on the weekly, with the last weekly candle having an RSI of around 46.8, which does technically fall above what the RSI peaked back here in August of around 46.75. So it's a very subtle higher high, but it is definitely a start to a longer term change in the structure, where we're no longer just rejecting off these trend lines every few months and then setting in these lower lows. Instead, we've held this low from back here in June for a very long period of time, and we're starting to make our way back above, again changing that structure to be a little bit more bullish. So now I want to talk about both of these moving averages here, and I'm going to start off by covering these two in red and green, the 20 and 21 weekly MAs. I have them as a band because they have been the band of resistance throughout this bear market. So you can see going all the way back here to December of 2021, that is when Ethereum first started to lose these moving averages, and then Ethereum had this next move right up into this as resistance. We had a rejection, even though we did have a weekly candle close above it. Notice how in the next one we came right back under it, unable to flip it back into support. But instead we had these next few weekly candles with the wicks coming all the way up to this level and then continuing lower to form lower lows. And then we also had a rejection right here in August. The candle came right up to this level, rejected off of it by about 30%, and then we had another move right back up into it once again, and then another rejection. So again, we are retesting these moving averages for the third time in just the last few months. So this is a very significant retest, and going forward into the next few months, I'm really going to watch out for Ethereum to see if we can actually break back above these moving averages and sustainably get back above them. And when I say sustainably, I mean flipping them into support, where the weekly candles do continue to close above this, we do get confirmation, and then ideally, if this can be where the buyers and demand start to step in as our support, that'd be a very bullish sign. Now, if we do have a rejection, it's similar to the previous two moves right here again in August as well as September, then I will be watching out to the 200-week simple moving average, which is this lime green line, as our longer term area of support. So currently that's coming in right around $1,322. Notice how this is where Ethereum found support on the weekly. All of these candles held this level after this rejection that we had back here in September. So if we do get another rejection, look to see if Ethereum can hold above this level on the weekly chart. And I do want to mention that historically, the 200-week simple moving average has acted as extreme support, especially for Bitcoin. If I just switch over here, you can see throughout the bear markets, this is where Bitcoin has held its support. And just contrasting Bitcoin and Ethereum here, you can see that Bitcoin is actually far below its 200-week average. Currently, that's coming in around $24,000. And the current price is around $20,700. So that is definitely one of the differences here, with Ethereum having a lot more relative strength, being above that 200-week average and pressing up on resistance. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is still stuck in this little range below the 200-week average. So overall, those are my longer term levels that I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys did enjoy the content and the analysis. By the way, make sure to check out our sponsors in the link in the description below. This channel is partnered with the cryptocurrency exchange FTX.us. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.